Today we're going to get a behind the scenes look at your favourite YouTubers' car collections.
Conan Zegagera.
Very salty McLaren P1.
But not only that, we're going to ask them some questions that you might not have heard the answers to before.
People are going to be upset about this one, but...
Oh, can I give a really controversial answer?
So the first YouTuber we're going to see is definitely not shy of crashing.
Oh, the tables have turned.
No, not that crash, we'll get onto him later. I'm talking about this crash.
We nearly died.
So obviously you are now watching our Mark II channel, so please make sure you subscribe. This is going to be a lot more uncut. Right, let's go see Mr. Nürburgring himself, Misha.
Yes, I drive laps on the Nürburgring and I'm having fun in life.
It's a good life as well, that, isn't it? And other people's cars as well.
Yes, mostly other people's cars, and because of that, I actually do not have my own car.
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. I get cars from manufacturers, like to drive around as a daily. But even now, I have a BMW X5 borrowed from M539 Restorations, another YouTuber. I have now XJS borrowed, and I have a private car.
So that's it. So that's answered the first question. Right. So what is the most disappointing car you've ever been in?
I think it's not really down to a car, but down to the setup, because even the best car can be absolutely ruined. That's usually the case, because even like the worst cars from factory, they're very much fun to drive if they're like set up right. So I think that's at the end the thing.
So what production car, before you'd set it up, what car did you think was going to be amazing and was disappointing?
Am I okay to say Lamborghini?
Yeah. Is that the truth? Which one?
I drove the STO, and it was kind of like, meh.
I've had bad experiences in the STO.
Yeah?
Great, enjoyable car, but dangerous as well.
Yeah, it's very, very loud, too loud for the track. You get banned everywhere.
Yeah.
So how is that the track car if it gets banned everywhere?
Yeah, we had exactly the same problem.
Yes.
If you had any amount of money in the world, what car would it be?
I would love to try a Koenigsegg Jesko probably, because that seems to be the ultimate hypercar, but it could also be a case of never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
So
But you've never been in one?
No, well, not in the Jesko, not in the Attack, but it's supposed to be something very good. Or a Valkyrie.
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 Yeah, not been in one of those either.
I've been sitting in one. I have some drive scheduled, maybe even on the track. That would be very good. Yeah, for
Superb.
sure. Yeah.
Right, we've come to see Smee. Always wanted to see the Smee Museum. See the Smee Museum.
You got it. I believe in you.
Smee Museum. This is what I do.
He's come to help.
Took that.
I can tell.
Welcome. I can't say Smee Museum.
Schmuseum.
Schmuseum. Right, come see Smee. Always want to see the Smee Museum. And to be fair, I've seen it that many times on the internet, I feel like I know it already. Hello!
Come in! Funny seeing you here. Who would ever have thought? Welcome. Come on in.
Can we nick anything? Is this the big reveal?
Yes.
That's cool. I've got goosebumps, proper I have. That's ace.
Welcome. Come in. I got to apologise that we've got a lot of stuff everywhere because we're hanging up pictures and things. But yeah, welcome to the barn. It's 2016, driving into London.
That's
I
a cool photo, isn't it?
Borrowed an Abdara 6. My friend Jason and Ben in the car, and Joe was driving. This is coming down Regent Street, and I knew it was crazy being lucky enough to do this and be part of that back then, but I didn't realise how big a deal it probably was on a personal level.
But I think that's a good thing about Gumball is it's sort of, it's a bucket list thing, isn't it? And like for me, I've done it once, I'd love to do it again, but once is enough. Like if I don't ever do it again, I've experienced...
Still got those memories. Yeah, and you did an epic.
And if it wasn't for you, I would have never got home. So I'd still
we
be
had
there
fun.
now.
We had a lot of fun.
I'd still be there now, lost. So, the reason we're here, your favourite car you own?
My favourite car is the Ford GT. I'm sorry it's not here. The hoodie is here.
And that's because of how hard you earned, and it was a symbol of, oh my God, I've sort of made it to have that car.
It's a lot of things. It's, as you mentioned, what it means to have been able to buy it, to get the allocation for it, and to be able to pay for it. It's the personal memories. I've taken it to the US now for the second time. It's been all around Europe. I've driven multiple different racetracks with it. I've taken it on lots of crazy adventures. I love the history behind the GT40s anyway, the fact they were built in the UK and it's the American supercar. And
what is the car which you bought which was the most disappointing?
Oh, can I give a really controversial answer?
Yeah.
GR Yaris.
Well said.
That makes two.
Good, I'm glad you gave me that answer. And you didn't say, I disagree, I'm going to kill you.
Well said. Like, I've driven it around the track at home. amazing. Driving it to work and back with that little engine which made no noise. Any amount of money in the world, what would it be?
I have an easy answer. It would be a yellow Ferrari F50. That's the dream. That's the when I sell a business and can go and buy whatever. It's a yellow F50, please.
And do you think you'll ever get there?
I'm more confident now than I was a couple of years ago.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So for the viewers at home who would want to maybe dream of building a garage like this,
Yeah.
how much would it cost?
Ooh, interesting. So we're assuming you start with the barn and the floor done. We didn't have the floor or lights, but normally you would have a concrete floor. This is a small six-figure sum, not a massive six-figure in terms of internal stuff.
Yeah.
Building, flooring, glassing stuff. Oh, yeah, it's enough.
You wouldn't see back, would you? You know, if you went to sell it.
That's gone. You know, I'm trying to think. It's equivalent to a 675 LT on the market today. So it's quite a scary amount of money.
Now we have AdamC, so please explain what you do.
What do I do? Oh, I'm a YouTuber. Have you heard of? So yeah, I go to car shows, where we are now, and try and make content out of them. So if people can't come, they can watch the content. If people do come, they can find their cars. Okay.
So can you tell us what cars you own?
Oh, okay. So I've got this Toyota Chaser. It's imported from Japan via Russia, but we don't talk about that. That's an exclusive. No one knows that. AC Cobra. It's a replica because I don't have £1 million yet. I got my MGB. That was my first car, but I blew up the engine last year, so that needs a new engine. And then I got a 350Z, which is kind of the daily, but I don't really use it anymore.
What car have you driven which you are most disappointed with, which you're really looking forward to driving and most disappointed with?
There's nothing that shouts immediately, but the most recent one was the E39 M5, because I love those cars. I love the way they sound. I like what they're about, and they're like a barge, like a German chaser. I got in it, started driving it. It's like, I think it's the smell. I don't know how that makes sense. Just no, it's just German leather. I don't like the smell of it. I was just driving like, this is cool. I turned CC off and had a.
Now we have Chris Slix. Chris, can you tell us what you do?
Yep, I make YouTube videos fixing rubbish cars and stuff.
Can you tell us your car garage, please?
My car garage, okay, so my car garage at home has 2 BMW M3 seats in it, loads of cardboard boxes. I've got a Volkswagen Caddy, 1.6 TDI, 2011, 250,000 miles on it. I've got a Seat Arosa, which is basically a VW Lupo, with a 1.8 turbo, basically built for track-ish. A wide-body i30N, which is one of... Yeah, you like that one? Oh yeah, supercharged E92 M3. That's my favourite. BMW X3M, which is what I've come in today. Finally, the AMG GT, which, well, it's half of an AMG GT really at the moment.
What car have you been in which you were most disappointed in?
Oh, Mark 8 Golf R. I hate to say it. All you Golf R lovers. I did absolutely everything to it. I did every upgrade you could possibly do, and I still wanted to fall asleep driving it.
What was the biggest mistake when you were doing your channel? What was the most expensive mistake when you were doing your channel?
Buying a Jaguar.
Was that the one which cost the most?
Yeah, definitely. It cost me 45 grand, and it was on 20,000 miles by the time I was done with it. After I'd been on a road trip in it, got home, after fixing it on the road trip from it breaking, the head gasket had then gone, which is like about 8 grand to repair.
That's a 45 grand car.
45 grand car with 20,000 miles on the clock.
Mad.
Nice car, Jag.
And where is it now?
in Birmingham.
Any amount of money, what car would you buy?
No questions asked. If I won the lottery today, I would buy many cars, but an Aventador SV would be the first car I'd go and buy. But
Why the SV and not the SVJ?
Because the SV is better. So much better than yours. No, I just prefer it. I think the styling's like a little bit more. I think the SVJ for me, they just tried to put too many bits on it. Where the SV is like, it's hardcore but not over stylized, and I like that.
I agree.
I think it's the better investor's choice as well.
And I think it would be better in the long run, the SV.
I agree. Should have got one.
I'll just take the J off mine.
Oh, good shout. Yeah, nice thinking. The J for JLR.
Don't talk about that.
So we're here in Mike Brewer. So please tell everybody what you do, please.
So I'm Mike Brewer. I'm the host of a TV show called Wheeler Dealers. It's a program where I buy cars, I have a mechanic help me fix them up, and then we sell them on for a profit. It's been on for 21 years.
21. So this is all about cars. So what cars do you own in your garage?
Oh, that's a good one. I'm having a bit of a clear out at the moment, Mark, but I own from start to finish a 1952 Porsche 550 Spider, a 1968 911 2.2T, a 1975 flat-nose Targa wide-body 911, a 1982 911 SC Hot Rod, 1975 one model year only Porsche 912E, a 1974 Mark I Ford Transit long wheelbase.
There we go.
Ford Transit, yes. 1959 MGA full nut and bolt restoration, and my dream car is a 1964 Mini Cooper S.
Wow.
Full nut and bolt restoration. They're my more go-to cars, which is I've got a Porsche Mccann, a Porsche Taycan. There's a lot of Porsche in my life.
Porsche, yeah.
There's a lot of Porsche. I've got my Ford Ranger Raptor. Yeah, so I've got plenty of cars around me.
Any amount of money in the world, what car would it be?
Actually, being around you and watching you drive that Lamborghini Starato and jump it and slide it, that looks like the most fun you could have in a supercar. So, yeah, I think, money no object. I'll probably have one of those in my collection. But I've sort of got my utopian car. It's a 1991 964 Turbo 911, which is like big whale tail, big wide arched Porsche 911 that wants to kill you at every opportunity. It wants to throw you off the road. It's exciting, it's engaging, it looks incredible. It makes me feel alive. I love that car.
What's the most crazy story from the whole of, and obviously there's a lot of years, the whole of Wheeler Dealers?
Okay, so Wheeler Dealers, 21 years now. You're asking me to find crazy stories. I was just filming with Elvis in Italy, and Elvis being Elvis, he expects everything to be paid for. So we go to a motorway barrier, and the crew go through the motorway barrier first. Up it comes. They do the auto toll thing.
Yeah.
Barrier comes out, Elvis just drives straight through it. So we actually smack off a motorway barrier in Italy. We did pick it up and place it nicely somewhere in the vicinity. Sorry, Mr. Italy. And then we sort of didn't know what to do, so we drove off.
Brilliant, thank you. Thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
Right, we're here at Tavarish. Can you please explain what you do?
So I rebuild and modify some really crappy cars. That's basically it. I just screw around with cars on YouTube.
Can you just explain your car collection?
All right, so my car collection consists of a very salty McLaren P1, previously crash damaged McLaren 675, Matt Armstrong's old GT3, the manual one that he rebuilt in the US. I have a Ferrari 430 Scuderia. I have a Mercedes SL55, S65 AMG. I have a Toyota Supra. I have a Lamborghini Gallardo. I mean, we can go on all day. How much time you got? There's quite a lot. Yeah.
Now, if you had any amount of money in the world, what car would it be?
So a money no object dream car for me has always been the McLaren F1. It is the gold standard in dream cars. You sit in the middle. It was the fastest car in the world of its time, and still the fastest naturally aspirated car in the world. It makes an incredible noise. It has a bespoke BMW V12 that makes a crazy amount of power. It's the ultimate power-to-weight car, and it's also $20 million.
So I was going to say, if you got 20 million,
I have. Turns out I don't actually have $20 million, so I can't afford that car. But if I did have $20 million, that's the first thing I would do.
What was the most expensive surprise on the P1?
So the interesting thing about the P1 is that you think it has some compatibility with other McLarens like 12C, 650S or something like that. And a lot of it is really, really bespoke. So let's just say the clamshell. The clamshell, which is the outer body of the car, the rear clamshell, if you were to buy it from McLaren, is $130,000. The front is about $70,000. Each door is like $82,000. So you're $160,000 in doors. It doesn't even include windows. So the windshield itself, if you were to buy it, which doesn't fit any other McLaren, by the way, it's like $20,000. So things like that, they add up really quick. You know, all the little carbon trim and all that stuff, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. That was probably the biggest shock to me in terms of price. But listen, you got to pay to. It's a P1. You got to pay to play. You know.
But you'll still make money on that car, I guess.
When you say make money, I'm not selling this car. I'm never selling this car. Also, who would buy this? I built it. I'm not. I would. You'd be an idiot, absolute idiot to buy this car.
Matt Armstrong, right, what do you do for a living, please?
Oh, I make YouTube videos.
Good ones?
I hope so.
What are your YouTube videos about?
I buy crashed cars, rebuild them, and film them on YouTube.
And recrash them.
Yeah, normally, yeah. It's becoming recycling content now.
Right, what cars do you own?
Okay, we're going for all of them.
If you want to, have we got time?
Okay, McLaren 720S, Lamborghini Gallardo, Porsche GT3, Range Rover, Aston Martin Vantage, Maserati Gran Turismo. What else is there? Lamborghini Murcielago.
Because if you forgot that
BMW M3, Marcus Rashford's, of course, obviously Marcus Rashford, you have to get the name in.
Yeah.
Rolls Royce Wraith.
What car have you driven which was the most disappointing, which you thought would be amazing and you were a little bit disappointed?
People are going to be upset about this one, but the BMW M5.
Really?
I think it was just too... I understand it. It's a fast car, you can drive it fast, but you'd have no feel of anything. It's just fast, but you can do way over the speed limit and not feel like you're going over the speed limit.
Just
and
a bit boring.
Yeah. It's too safe. I get why people like it because it's really quick, but there's no feel for it. I think that's one was my most anticlimactic buy.
If you had any amount of money in the world, what would it be you'd buy?
This is where it stumps me because it would have been the Murcielago, but now we've done that. What, a car? Definitely a car. It has to be a car. I would say.
Where were you going to go if it wasn't a car? Helicopter?
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, like a helicopter would be cool.
Yeah,
that would be
cool.
like that's our ultimate dream, just to be able to helicopter everywhere.
Backflip helicopter.
Oh yeah, I think we've just gone off topic now. Yeah, I think it like a Koenigsegg Agera or something like that. Yeah, like I've seen Stradman's one. I thought, now that looks really cool. Like something like that. Something like really. Like out of so not relatable at all, just completely just stupid, something like along those lines. But yeah, I think now the amount of cars that we've driven, I just can't. You can't ask for any more. Like this, you've got everything, all you need in things like that. Like so, yeah, it's unreal. So I can't actually think of anything.
Perfect. Favourite car you rebuilt?
Going back to the Lamborghini. Oh. I was going to say Lamborghini Murcielago, but it's between the Murcielago and the Ferrari F430. One, because we've literally rebuilt the car from the ground upwards, including the engine. The Ferrari did the gearbox as well, and then of course I gave it to my dad. So it's one that obviously, of course, I'm going to remember for my whole life.
What is the best story or experience or disaster you had with the Murcielago?
Most people might know this one on my channel, where we was on a road trip and we met up with Nico, the watch expert, and we decided to do donuts in a Swiss petrol station.
Oh, so you did do it now? We're admitting to it now, aren't we?
Oh, well, no. There was 3 people before us that did donuts in a Swiss mission.
All English and looked a lot like you.
Yeah, that was it. And the police decided to come down, and although they didn't see us doing donuts, they saw smoke, took our licenses off us, and took each one of us, me, Chris, and Nico, to the Swiss police station. And then they come out and they said, "Is this where you live? Like on your driving license?" I was like, "Yeah." And then they've gone to Nico and that, and then apparently Nico goes, "Well, apparently they can fine you based on like your net worth and that." And the one way they're finding out is Googling your house, how much it sold for. I think Nico's house was worth a fortune at the time. Next thing, all I hear is when I'm in there saying, "Oh, I've just bought my dream house," and it's my it's my YouTube videos, and I'm like, "Oh,
it's another view."
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So then they're watching that. In the end, they brought us in. I think they fined us about €800 each, but they let us keep the car, so we were okay. But they tried to do us for so much. Yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. If you want to see my car collection, you can watch it here, and let us know in the comments what your favourite car is. Please don't forget to subscribe to this new channel. We will see you next time.